There haven't been too many dinner parties this past year, but when our family did one recently, it was extra special. We got takeout from one of the nicer places. There was a bottle of wine, and after a year of not gathering it felt extravagant. Being together was something that we wanted to celebrate, and so we did. We didn't know if we'd be able to do it again soon or not. We saw it as a sign of the future when we were able to gather, not just as a couple of households as we were that night, but with all of the extended family. We couldn't wait. We came together that particular day because it was someone's birthday, but I remember we really were celebrating just the fact that we could be together more than that particular person. I sort of felt bad about it after. I said, we really should have sort of recognized that person's birthday a little bit more than we did. I wonder, have you missed anybody's birthdays or anybody's celebrations here in this past year? How have your celebrations been this past year? Have they been less than what they were before? How have they looked different since like 2019? Maybe you haven't even had any celebrations this last year. Maybe you haven't felt like you could celebrate. I was talking to a young woman whose birthday is actually in the end of March, and she shared that last year she had no birthday. This year, she wasn't sure how she was going to spend it. She may even spend it by herself, she said, but she was going to be sure to take note. She was going to be sure to celebrate herself. You know, there are two things going on and being celebrated the Wednesday of Jesus' final week. The one thing is being celebrated by everyone. They were just days away from Passover, and a lot of people were coming into the town and getting ready to celebrate the day that God delivered the people of Israel from their bondage and slavery. That is the day that they remembered how the ancient Israelites were instructed by God to sacrifice a lamb and to put the blood of the lamb on their doors. And as the angel of death passed over the houses marked with lamb's blood, the sons were saved. The angel of death stopped at those Egyptians' homes that were not marked, killing the eldest son. That's the action that forced Pharaoh's hand, and he finally relented and let the Israelites go. That's one thing that was being celebrated, but the other thing that was being celebrated there on that day was Jesus himself, but actually only one person was involved in that celebration. Other people looked at her with scorn. Jesus was celebrated by a woman who came with a very expensive jar of perfume. She broke it open and she poured the perfume on Jesus' head. To those standing by, it appeared to be an extravagant waste. Even the disciples were saying this. The perfume cost a year's worth of wages. Now, we don't know anything about this woman's means. A gift that's equal to a year's worth of wages at $15 an hour would be an extravagant gift for an Amazon employee who made that kind of money. But it would be something different if that same gift was being offered by Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon and the richest man in the world. I don't see anything in this passage that suggests that this gift was beyond the woman's means. That didn't stop the chatter. That didn't stop the judgment. That didn't stop the shaking of heads. But Jesus cuts through all of that chatter and he says, leave her alone. Why bother her? She has done something beautiful to me. Beautiful. What is it that's so beautiful? This woman celebrated Jesus. She recognized his infinite worth and offered a visible sign to everyone who couldn't see it. She was the first to celebrate Jesus for who he is. During the celebration of the Passover event, her focus wasn't on the Passover, her focus was on Jesus. She was celebrating him. He is our present day deliverer. Beautiful. Think about Jesus' word choice. He said it was a beautiful thing to celebrate him in that way. He didn't think the woman's celebration was wasteful or even extravagant. He used the word beautiful. Celebrating Jesus this week is a beautiful thing. It's not simply an event that we're remembering. whether that be the crucifixion or even the resurrection. I mean, those events are worth celebrating, but what we are truly celebrating is the person of Jesus. What a gift he is to us. What gift can you offer to him today in order to let him know that you celebrate him? Celebrating Jesus is a beautiful thing to do. And can you do so in a way that offers a visible sign to the world about just how much he's worth? Friends, I invite you to take a look at Mark chapter 14, verses 1 through 11. It holds this particular story. And then ask these questions of yourselves. What celebrations have you missed out on this year? And two, what is the most beautiful thing you've ever done to celebrate a person? Did you spend a lot of money on it? And three, how are you going to celebrate Jesus today? Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't done so, I invite you to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you've downloaded the Lakeshore Church app. We'll see you soon.